I felt like this conversation needed to happen. I was watching all the venture funding, all the venture reports that were coming out, and I saw all the fintech dollars flowing into alternative financing, specifically unsecured consumer financing, and just not equipment leasing. And I couldn't understand why nobody, Silicon Valley, Wall Street, no one was really talking about how fintech was impacting the equipment finance industry. How do you move cash through the system in a more intuitive fashion?
The Alta Group and Currency co-founded the CEMC, which stands for the Commercial Equipment Marketplace Council.
So the purpose of the CEMC specifically is to pull together the best and brightest from the equipment finance industry with the fintech community, pull that conversation together and shake it up and see what pops out. It was almost like how could we not do this? Someone has to pull these two communities together and create an association around it.
The CEMC is an important organization because it's really bringing thought leadership to an industry that hasn't historically had a ton of innovation and disruption.
It's very important to pull together groups of people that are coming from all these different sectors within financial services. And if you're in technology, you've got to listen to people in regulated banking. If you're in regulated banking, you need to listen to the people in technology. Everyone needs to talk to policymakers. The only way we continue to move this ball forward is by bringing people from the different disciplines of financial services into one room so that we can all get a lot smarter about what we can do next.
Based on what is happening with technology and fintech, it really is it's an exciting time in our industry, and it's a time of great change. The technology that's now available, mobile technology, cloud technology, and the fact that more and more equipment is being sold online. It's being sold online, and increasingly vendors that are selling equipment online want the financing integrated at point of sale. The CEMC is addressing that change, the introduction of financial technology into the leasing space, but it's also the back end, how it's being financed, the introduction of technology-enabled marketplaces.
Digitization in the equipment finance industry is as much about convergence as it is about disruption. And I think that we have to be thinking about how traditional companies need to adapt and modify the way they do business as much as fintech companies need to be thinking about how they can bridge the gap between what traditional companies are doing and what clients need.
One of the things that's so interesting to me about CEMC is the approach that Charles and some of the other founders have taken in terms of taking a broader perspective on the equipment marketplace, the commercial equipment marketplace. How are companies getting the equipment they need to grow their businesses? And with these new technologies and changing customer preferences, how are new types of finance companies and new types of businesses going to serve those customers? And it's really stimulated a level of innovation and thinking, critical thinking about the industry that I think may not exist in some of the more traditional trade associations.